This is Case Tools Lab exercise number 1. In this exercise, we're going to see how to draw a use case diagram. Initially, use case diagrams identify the functionality provided by the system, and the users who interact within the system are called actors. Now let's see what is the importance of using this use case diagram. It provides a high-level view of what the system is and what it does, and also identifies the actors of the system. Here, what do you mean by actor? An actor is a user of the system and is depicted using a stick figure, as you can see here. And then we also have further features like use cases that is actually the functionality provided by the system, and it is usually represented this way using a circle, and the use case is written inside. Then there are few relationships between the use case diagrams. They are associations. These are used to link the actors with the use cases and indicate that an actor participates in the use case in some form. So the way how it is represented is by using an actor and a use case. Then we have something called include. Use case include is a directed relationship between two use cases, which is used to show that the behavior of the included use case is inserted into the behavior of the including use case. Then we have something called extend. Extend is a directed relationship that specifies how and when the behavior defined is usually supplementary, and extending use case can be inserted into the behavior defined in the extended use case. So the syntax for using this is two use cases, which is joined with the dotted line which ends with an arrow marks and which says extended on it. Here we are gonna see two scenarios. The first one is railway ticket reservation, and here is a use case which is already drawn here, and also the second scenario is a banking application. So these are the two examples that we are going to see for a use case diagram. Let's see what exactly are their what use cases it contains, and what the exact functionalities it does. So in the first railway ticket reservation, we have use case names like login, check, if correct. So login what it does is it provides login details. Check, it checks if the given credentials match or not, and then if it is correct, then it allows the further access only if the credentials are correct. Access, it provides the access to the information. The information use case provides information about the journey, and it is taken from the user. Then we have search use case. So it searches for the appropriate train according to the information provided by the user. Availability is another use case which checks for the availability of seats in the particular train, and confirm is the one which gives it confirms the train, the cost, and the seat number from the user. Payment is it chooses the mode of payment, and the credentials are taken from the user. Later on, print is the one which generates a confirmation of the printed ticket, of the booked ticket. Then update is what updates the database after the ticket is being booked. And the last one is logout user case. So this is used to completely come out of the page once all these transactions are over. Then the next application is banking application. So in this application, we use many other use cases just like the previous one. So we use account use case where all the customers should have a unique account. And then we have a login user case which provides the account number and the password for the user. And then there's a use case called check, which actually checks in the database if the provided information, that is ID and password, are correct or not. Access provides the access to the account and view the account details. Withdraw is another use case that is used to withdraw the amount from the account. Deposit is used to deposit the amount into the account, and there are other functionalities like change password, which will enable us to change the password from the account. So once all of these are done, you can also log out, and this use case is used to take the user away from the page where he can no more view to all the details in that account. Condition, it checks if the balance is not zero, and then if the condition is not zero, then it calculates the interest amount according to the current interest rate. So that is the function of calculate is calculating the interest amount according to the current interest rate. Then there's another thing called interest rate. This user case, it gets the updated interest according to the everyday's economy. We have tax, which is being calculated by the user case tax, it calculates the tax amount for the interest amount. And then there's another use case called reduce, which will reduce the tax amount from the interest amount. Update is used to update the total amount by adding them to the total amount. Then there's another use case called clear. Clears the interest amount after 1 month and gets completed and starts over again. This is the end of the exercise. Thank you.